Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. Today will be our day 5 of Better campaign. Where we are going to learn more about our classes in that, and also the other concepts or the pillars of hooks, which are encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance. So before we go further, hope you have watched the previous video about classes and functions, because that becomes a very key component for the future videos. So let's get started. So this is where we stopped in our last class. We are again using the dat pad to write our dat code. So we left it here where we had written a simple class called dog, and mentioned a few properties to it, which are name, age, and breed, and we called and associated with it our function called box, which on calling will print you the name of the dog and also print it as is barking. So now we'll start the first pillar of the oops that is the abstraction or encapsulation. So start with encapsulation. So encapsulation is the property of binding or bundling of data and methods that operate on the data into a single unit. So it is more like if you have one variable and a function, you are trying to integrate it, like make a binding between them, so that it is more organized and protects your code. So it helps in your better organization and readability, and also protects the interiors of the code. So let's try to implement that. Let's use the same function, or let's create a new class. That's better. So here you are using a special word called get. So these are special words. These are generally called getters and setters. We use get and set to get the value, like basically to know the value, and setter to set the value. It is very similar to what of it is very similar to the of constructor. Uh, I'll Let's have a video about this in the future, where I teach you about what is getters and setters. Okay, I missed this. So let's call this function. Like let's create a class variable for this. This is calculate. These are small errors, but yeah, this can be very important when you're writing a code that is production level and you want to like show it to people. Yeah, those play a very important role. As having a very good readable code is very important in development. Let's wait for it to run. So you can see in that you the area is 78.5. So let's understand about how it is encapsulation. So now we are going to do the last part of OOPS, the last pillar of OOPS, that is polymorphism. So polymorphism is a type where you get with the same function or the same property does different things in different classes. So for this, this is done by a special thing called overriding, where you override or change the value of one function by re-implementing it again. This is called function overriding. Let's get started with that. Class extends geometry. Let's not take square. Let's click cube. And I'm going to run. I'm not taking any values. I just take int cube, int dimensions, super int dimensions. So now we are going to override it. The special syntax for this is override. Override void so let's print 3. So this is the function. Let's see what is error. Convert dimension to a super parameter. So it's a super parameter itself.